Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to Metro Pop Art's channel Best Of series, continuing on in 2018 with Mindstock, Colorado. Today we're in Colorado Springs, and you know, we've done everything to learn about sativas, indicas, concentrates, sauces, terps, and whatnot. But guess what? There's not just one way to infuse THC into your system. There's another way, and it's called edibles. We're really excited to be with the #1 gummy bear authority in all of Colorado, Zach Romie. Zach Romie, the founder of Robhots. We're going to go into the kitchen and find out the magic.
Hey Zach, a lot of people have talked a little bit about the steps that you've made to improve your product, reshape the product for security reasons. Tell us a little bit about Robhots and the changes that have gone on with compliance and the structure of your product.
Yeah, so initially we started with a robot-shaped gummy, and we did infuse that with BHO, and that's where we got the name Robhots. We put BHO into the gummy, so we put BHO right into the name. And since then we have had to do a lot of changes. Mainly, the state came down, we had to change our logo because it was deemed too kid-friendly. It was a cartoon robot, so too kid-friendly there. Our gummy shape was a robot shape, that was too kid-friendly with the new regulations. So what we did there was just go as plain as we could, but still kind of have some way to stand out. So we just did a little rectangle gummy, and then with that what we did was put the required THC logo on there as well. So our gummy themselves are all compliant. And then as far as packaging goes, we have the THC symbol on the front that is required. We have all of the required dosing information now that we have to have in with every batch. Every batch gets sent for testing, so you know where you're at. Has your cultivation ingredients, the date it was made, date of expiration. And then this is all your legal information the state requires you to have. And then what we are also up to code now with is the regulations for July 1st, where the interior package also has to have all the ingredients. So now when you pull out the pop top, it's branded to match the box.
Excellent.
And then it also has all your ingredients, batch info right there as well, the testing info. And then it has all your legal information there as well. So you always know what you want to get. But as far as our gummy itself, what we've really done to make a better product is we did a ton of R&D, really got a really good recipe we were comfortable with, dialed that in, and now we brought in automation to make it consistent in the same exact gummy every time. These gummies here are 55 milligrams a piece for 550 in the pack. These are peach mango gummies, so the lighter orange is going to be peach, the dark orange is going to be mango. Since we rolled this one out about 6 months ago, it's quickly become one of our top selling gummies.
They look awesome. Now each of those have 50 milligrams in them?
Yep, 50 milligrams. These ones came out testing at 55 milligrams, so they're a little bit above, but as long as we're on the side of 15% variance, we're good there. So as long as they're not over 57.5 milligrams a gummy, we can still market and sell them. But as you can see, they have the required THC symbol on there, a nice little sugar coat on them, and being made with that machine, I mean, they're exact same consistency as far as shape and sizes, all within 1/100th of a gram.
That's awesome.
5 grams per gummy for 50 grams in the pack.
All right, well that'll be great for our audience. Zach, thanks very much.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Matthew, so tell the audience a little bit about the difference between a distillate that you would find in a vape pen and the distillates that are used inside these very colorful gummies.
So the distillate that you would find in a vape pen would be either cut with a propylene glycol or MCT oil. The distillate that we use in our gummies here is a whole nug run uncut distillate. So it's neither going to be indica nor sativa, just the pure THC you're going to find in our gummies.
Okay, so here is a big batch of, well, all these gummies in here are 50 milligrams a piece. These are going to be put into our 500 milligram packs of Robhots, which have quickly become our top selling product here. The 500 milligram multi-pack. What's good about these is it's a high dose and a small amount of candy. So the people who are consuming these that need the high dose of medicine don't have to ingest a bunch of candy or a bunch of sugary products to get their medicine. We infuse with distillate as well, so also in these little pieces of candy, you're not going to have a big hash flavor or a flavor you're not really desiring. You're going to get pretty much a straight flavor of the gummy in here.
That's great.
And what we do here is we'll pair this with another flavor. So this is strawberry. We'll pair this with banana in our pack for a strawberry banana pack. 10 pieces go into each pack, 50 milligrams a piece for 500 milligrams total. Every batch is tested, so you know exactly what you're getting. The test results are right on the box. We just moved in automation, so now each gummy is within 1/100th of a gram of the same size, so each one is super consistent, super dialed in, and everything's tested, so you know exactly what you're eating every time.
Now that's pretty remarkable. Is that an industry standard, 50 milligrams per unit?
No, that's not. So we're actually pretty unique in doing that. There is some other high dose options out there. There's like one other gummy, I think, doing that. And then there's been some chocolate bars that have done that. But again, back to kind of the volume of candy you're eating, chocolate bars that are as big as a king size Hershey with 500 milligrams. So you have to eat a whole bunch of candy just to do. You're almost getting full just on candy, whereas here, it's a way smaller amount of candy, but you're still delivering that high dose.
Now, I think that I've heard, or did I see something that it was even a higher dose per unit? Is there a real, significantly higher dose for maybe a patient that's a little sicker that requires a...
honestly, with edibles, everybody is different, and your digestive system is different with everybody. So we have some people who will take these gummies and split the 50 milligram gummy up into 5 pieces, so they're 10 milligram pieces, little just segments of a gummy. And then we have some people who need to ingest 500 milligrams in a day, whether it's to help them alleviate pain, help them sleep through the night, PTSD, whatever their case may be. We do have some people that need the high dose that these deliver.
Now, what would you suggest to me in all your years of experience would be the percentage of people that enjoy your product that do it in a clinical medicinal capacity versus using it as their recreational mechanism of choice?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So we've been doing the medical gummies about 1.5 years with this recipe, and they've been doing really well. And what we do see a lot is I get a ton of emails either through the website, direct messages on Instagram, or I've even seen people in stores where they tell us this product is the only thing that has given them relief for whatever they're dealing with. There was actually one store in Denver we just got into where the manager there was dealing with cancer and on chemo, and our gummies, she said, was literally the only thing she could taste, and the only thing that would deliver relief from her current situation she was dealing with. Now, as we've rolled out the rec site at the end of January, we're definitely that split of, mainly med people. It's kind of cutting into that to where we're getting a lot of rec cells now. But I would still say at least 70 to 80% of our gummies are medical, and on the medical side, and I would say of that, at least 50% are people that actually have a desired need for our product.
Absolutely. Now, did I infer correctly that the recreational products can be purchased as low as 10 milligrams
So
per
you
unit?
could go as low as you want on there, but there is a cap on the limit, so you can't go above 100 milligrams on the recreational side. The medical side, there's no limit, but you do have to have everything tested. If you're over 100 milligrams, every batch has to be tested. You can't process validate. The recreational side, since it's capped at 100 milligrams, you could process validate. You don't have to have every batch tested. You have to get every 3 months, you have to get your batch tested to make sure you're still on track, dialed in, and all that stuff. But yeah, the recreational side, the cap is 100 milligrams in the pack, and the most you can put in an individual piece is 10 milligrams. So you got to stay within those.
Oh, I see. So every piece is actually 10 milligrams, not 50.
Yep. So our recreational side, all the pieces there are going to be 10 milligrams. We put 10 in a pack for 100 milligrams.
Got
total.
it.
Yep.
And that compares to the 50 of the medical side.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Yep.
So back in the kitchen at Robhots, we're here with Dylan, and Dylan's going to share with a little bit about some of the nuances and specific requirements of taking a jar of distillate and then getting it to the consumer in a safe capacity.
Well, if we're talking about safety first, we want to make sure that we're putting the correct amount of distillate in the gummies. And what a lot of people probably don't understand is this industry is full of regulation. Every batch that we cook, we have to send off to get testing. If they don't pass testing, it gets locked in the system. You can't sell it. You can't do anything with it. And another thing, when you're dosing people, you want to make sure that the milligrams that you're giving them is what's on the box is what's in the gummy.
Sure.
So our focus is mainly on quality and potency and consistency. And as far as just some of the difficult things that come with this industry, it seems like every couple months there's a new regulation that comes out, or you got to change something that's on the mold that you pour gummies in, or you got to change the wording on the box or something like that. I think that's probably what a lot of people don't understand about it. They think, making gummies is the easy part, but keeping up with all the regulations that's the tough part of the business. But other than that, if you keep up with the regulations and make sure that your gummies are consistent every time, then hopefully people like what you're doing and come back. Well, actually, the recipe never changes, whether we're cooking the 180s or the 500s. Now, when the oil comes in, the company that we get it from puts the testing percentage on it, and we have a list, and basically we can just look at it, see what the percentage of the oil is. So once we see the percentage, we know what we're cooking. If the percentage on that oil changes, then the quantity, the amount that we're using in each batch will change with it.
All right, straight from Colorado Springs, Dylan. Thank you very much for your time today.
No problem. Thank you.